Waiting for cooldown. Corey Ironbender, retired Reapersmith. Thanks for your his portrait. He's too short for the portrait. Thanks for your help, girl. My name is Corey Ironbender. Don't worry about me, I'll find my way back. Let's meet in the village. Alright. Any orange furball sightings? Last I saw him, he was in the window in the dining room catching some sun. Find the emblem complete. We now have all 4 emblems in our possession. The stairs to my office should be accessible again. Let's go. Talk to Corey. Alright. Let's go talk to Corey. Oh, I see you own a Slorm Reaper. There are dangerous weapons. I hope you don't do anything stupid with them. Long time ago, I personally forged some of the most powerful Slorm Reapers, but that's all in the past. Too many people have used my weapons for evil. I'm still a blacksmith, but I'm sticking to forging things that are completely harmless, like spoons and buckets. I don't make anything sharp anymore. Too dangerous. No size, no pickaxes, no forks. Horseshoes at the most. I feel like I can if I feel like I can trust the customer. But I guess you're not interested. You don't have a horse. So good luck with your little adventures. And if you ever are looking for a spoon, you know where to find me. What? Okay. This is my office. Alarin, evil twin. Here's the troublemaker, and with my brother besides. Alarin, my evil twin. Still a fool, I see. But I know what brings you here. Like me, you seek the ancient scroll of forbidden techniques that grants limitless power to its owner in order to rule the world. ... But it's too late for you. The scroll is in my possession. Your journey ends here. Have a taste of my brand new technique, multi-cloning. Oh my god, what? That was a lot of stuff. Alarin left his staff. We should take it back to Adam Nostris. Look how beautiful and shiny it is. He's gonna like it for sure. The Destroyer of Indestructible and Unbreakable Seals. It's not very impressive. It looks like a rusty key. It's definitely the Destroyer of Indestructible and Unbreakable Seals. I was afraid Alarin might have stolen it. This trinket cost me a fortune. Let's go back to the king. Proceeds to ignore the boss gimmick. I didn't see a boss gimmick. I saw a guy with health, and I had the tools to make that health go to 0. Complete all missions from the Mage Academy. Done. Pure stats. You found equipment with pure stats. Pure stats offer a better effect than normal stats, but are quite difficult to find. If you ever decide to reforge them at Friedrichs, they will turn to normal stats. What? Why is it pointing at this item? Which item has pure stats? This one? Plus 2% melee damage reduction. Okay. Hello? Hello there! Hi, kid, do you have an item that needs reforged? Yes. Oh, I gotta go turn in the clothes to the guy. Valerian staff, it will make me a perfectly suitable cane. Promise made, promise kept, here's another ancestral stone. I'm starting to look pretty good, right up there with the times. It's getting cooler, and I could definitely use an extra layer. I'm counting on your talent to find me something both comfortable and modern. God, I have no idea. Your primary and secondary skills now imbued with shadow. Shadow skills do increase damage. Shield globes created an area periodically. Shield globe lasts 3 seconds. Picking it up shields you and prevents the next 87 damage. Draw a light seal. Imbued with lightning. Whenever you hit an enemy with a lightning imbued attack, you trigger an electric arc doing 1 to 7 elemental damage to a random nearby enemy. Imbued with ice. The next skill you cast applies Soulbound to enemies hit. Soulbound does skill damage per second and heals you. Stops you lose sight of the enemy. I'll try it out. Oh, we got an achievement for maxing something out here. Okay. What house did the sock place him in? It didn't. It lied. It said when I put it on, it would. Oh wait, no. Now it says, "I see courage and cowardness. You must be Timpopotamus." Courage and cowardness? I got both of them. My lord, we return to the destroyer of indestructible and impenetrable seals. At last we can open the great castle gate and face. Oh my God! What's that thing? This rusty key is not the destroyer of indestructible and unbreakable seals. It's the breaker of destructible and surmountable portals. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything. Curses! Gratogram has fooled me. So all that time in the tower was for nothing? ... We're back to square one. I may have an idea. If we can't go into the front door, we could go through a secret passage. There are always secret passages. Alistair, my good man, is there a secret passage to the castle? My lord, brilliant idea. There is indeed a secret passage whose entrance is in the gardens and which then crosses the royal wing to the throne room. but the portal to the gardens is closed. It is hopeless. ... If only we had found the destroyer of indestructible and unbreakable seals instead of this useless breaker of destructible and surmountable portals. ... Ah, my lord! We should use the portal breaker on the portal that leads to the gardens. Clever! We found the portal breaker at the right time. The coincidence is quite fabulous. It seems that fate is on our side. Or that the rider doesn't know what he's doing. Well, go to the gardens and find the secret passage to the castle. The secret passage is at the very end of the gardens. And the place is currently overrun with all sorts of bugs. Good luck. Bows and roses. Welcome to the gardens, milady. Since I'm the gardener, I'll come with you. The garden is big and full of mysteries, so you might need my help to not get lost, but I'm no good at fighting. I'll try to be discreet, milady. Level 30. Is this a roguelike or more Diablo-like? The story... Okay, I haven't died yet in the game, so I actually don't know what happens if you die. But I am pretty sure... Hang on. I am pretty sure the, there's these things called expeditions. I think those are roguelike. I'm pretty sure those are randomly generated, and you kind of, like, go and go and go until you wish to cash out. And if you die, you lose everything that you had gotten on that run. The story bit that I am doing right now does not feel like a roguelike. Reaper level 22. Wait, I missed something back there. Ah, portal. He says, "Don't leave me, milady." are there? 6 out of 8 waves. Okay. Stun locked against the wall there for a minute. That hurt. Scratch. Damage dealt by zombie peasants is doubled for each stack of scratch. Okay. You have plus 20% damage to elites for every elite within 10 yards. It's Diablo-like. Can you keep the stuff you get in the expedition mode that you tried? Oh, do you? Can you read, milady? Because I don't know how to. But there are signs in this part of the garden. You'll have to read them if you don't want to get lost. Letting my health regen for a second here. Look, have you ever played Titan Quest? Yes. I played Grim Dawn, and then afterward I found out that, like, the makers of Grim Dawn had made a game called Titan Quest in the past. And then I booted up Titan Quest, and it very much felt like an older Grim Dawn, because, you know, there was many features in Grim Dawn that Titan Quest did not have. It was fun, though. But yeah, I played it through one time, like, way after its heyday. Jean-Pierre. Mugaba, thanks. I'm going back to my stove. The meal is not going to prepare itself. I'm going back to the village alone, and no, I don't need help. Okay. They're making Titan Quest 2, though. And I am looking forward to it. Like I said, I enjoyed Titan Quest. I enjoyed Grim Dawn. Funny enough, before Guild Wars 2, Grim Dawn was the game that I played that I had the largest following on. It wasn't a lot. 20 viewers on a good day. But it's true. Read. It reads, I'm tall when I'm young, I'm short when I'm old, what am I? You have to solve the riddle to find the right path. A candle? A candle certainly fits the requirements, but... Oh, there's like things on the ground. Mushroom or candle. Okay, well then between the two of those, it's absolutely a candle. What profession would you pursue if your streamer career suddenly collapsed? I would say it's my wife's turn to go work. I can be a stay-at-home mom. No, I don't know. I would say not tech support. I would rather flip burgers than go back to tech support. I don't want to do that again. Even if it pays decently. I don't want to do that again. It's soul crushing. Alright, let's see. This is on. Alright. Here we go. 2 additional wandering arrows. Oh my god. 4 arrows. 4 floaty arrow pets. What is soul crushing? IT? No, tech supports. Like, talking to people that are already mad before they get on the phone with you day in and day out for years on end. That is soul crushing. It, like, shaves away at your soul. I'm not saying IT, because IT, like, you can have someone who just, they can be a programmer, and they could be in the back room just plugging away and not having to talk to people, and they could be living their best life, right? I'm talking about when you're the person on the phones that people call when they're mad. That's the thing I'm saying is sucks. Chat on a bad day. Nah, I'm allowed to kick and ban you guys. I didn't even read this riddle. I was just going. I'm a room, yet I have no doors or windows. What am I? Mushroom? Oh, wow. If not for the picture on the ground, I never would have guessed mushroom. So is every job where you work with customers or other humans? I disagree. So for 7 years, I worked at a hotel and I was at the front desk. So I was doing customer service, but I wasn't doing a job where people were calling in with okay, with tech support, people don't call you to do anything other than get things fixed, right? They call in when things are broken, and some of them are handling that situation well, and some of them are not. With, customer service, there's many people that just show up, buy the product, and then leave, right? Which at a hotel was just rent a room. The hotel front desk customer service is nowhere near as soul-eroding as the tech support thing. And I occasionally had to deal with crazy things, like drunk guys sleeping in the hallway in the middle of the night, person choking, had to, save their life, call, get the police there, or get an ambulance there, I mean. But, I occasionally had to deal with weird stuff, being basically babysitting 150 rooms worth of adults each night. But it was still, it's very different. It's very different. Looks like arrest that man, he's choking in the lounge area. No. Dude, that was a scary day. There was this lady, she was in a room, right? And she calls the front desk. I don't know why she called me and not 911, but she calls the front desk. And she's like, basically like, help, I can barely breathe, help. And I'm like, okay, hold on, I'm gonna put you on hold, I'm gonna call 911. And I call 911, and they're like, we're on our way, we'll be there in 3 minutes. And the front door took a key card, and in my head it was like time slowed down, and I was like, okay, do I run upstairs and try to help this woman? I don't know if she needs like a Heimlich or if it's like a allergic reaction, right? Because if it's like the Heimlich, I can help. If it's anything else, I can't. And I was like, the front door though, 911 can't get in the front door without the key card. I could prop the door open, and then I was just imagining, what if in the next 2 minutes someone is like, why is the door propped open? And then they unprop it, and then it locks the front door, and then that delays 911 getting there, and then this person dies because of it. And dude, I was sitting there for it was 2 minutes, but I was stressed out of my freaking mind, because I was like, if I pick the wrong thing, this lady could die. And what I ended up opting to do was stay downstairs, because she was talking on the phone. I'm like, okay, she's getting some airflow, I'm gonna stay downstairs, I'm gonna keep the door open, make sure that they can get in as fast as possible. And then she ended up making it, but dude, it was scary. I was like, yo, I should not be making these decisions. I'm here to fold towels and check people in. What about tech repair? I've never done tech repair. If you're asking, would I be up for doing it? I mean, I would need training. 'Cause I don't think I'm qualified in that. Like, I can assemble a computer from parts, you know, but finding if something is broken, you know, like there's a chip not seated somewhere, I don't know that I could do that currently. Oh, there was a riddle here and I didn't see it. It reads, I have to be broken before I can be used. What am I? An egg. You should know about the egg. Hey Mike, I've got a Guild Wars 2 related question. If I craft Eternity with Memory of Twilight and Memory of Sunrise, do I get not account-bound versions of Eternity, or does it just get added to my Legendary Armory? It would just get added to your Legendary Armory. You would not get a sellable version, no. Whoopi, thank you for the Prime sub, appreciate you. Loved you in Sister Act. Soap says, turn it off and on again, make sure it's plugged in, that fixes most problems, unironically. It does, but like when we say most problems, we might be like 51%. However, it truly does. That is why that dumb question, did you turn it off and on again? That is why tech repair, or tech support, sorry, asks that when you call in. Because, and sometimes you gotta be, God. People, like even smart people can have moments where they have a dumb, right? It happens to me all the time, all right? So instead of saying, is it plugged in? You gotta see, oh, can you double check the plug on the back, make sure nothing's come loose? Which gives them a chance to kind of gracefully be like, oh yeah, it did come loose, you know? And save face. Because if you're like, did you plug it in, big boy? Yeah, then they're like, rah, and they fight you. But if you're like, oh, can you make sure it's connected securely? Then they check and they're like, oh shoot, it wasn't plugged in the first place. Oh, I got it, I found the problem. Okay, bye. You know? You gotta give them an out. I think if you do it with the actual weapons and not the memories of it, it will allow you to create one that could sell. Correct. If you use 2 unbound weapons, you get a version of Eternity that you can sell. That is correct. There's 2 people in town that want to talk to me. So much talent. You found so many Slormites. I name you Grandmaster of the Guild of Slormatologists of Adriart. Nice to see such a dedicated member. I was doing just fine on my own. I was just doing a little gastronomic espionage inside those breaches. Well, now shoot. It's a well-attended place here. Hi, kid! Let's see. Dude, there's so many lines of stats. Oh my god. $135 raw damage. Took that one. You can click stats to your stat panel to highlight items with those stats. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for, though. That's the problem.